Welcome to the Richard Sherman podcast. Hit that sub button if you're new. We're here to give you great NFL content, game recaps, player interviews, and stories from around the league. Please tune in. Welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast. I got one of my favorite guests on, cornerback DJ Reed, the second-rated PFF second-rated. You know, so they still punish you for some of them BS calls that we're going to talk about.
Well, we're going to talk about that, bro.
We're going to talk about that. Yeah, I'll talk about it because we don't want to get you fined. I'll talk about it.
Respect.
Some bull. Like, let him play, especially the one on Jefferson. Like, you undercut it, couldn't have played it, and then they let him get away with the push. But I digress.
Hey, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to get fined, bro.
Nah, we ain't going to get you fined. But this is your 7th season in the National Football League now. 7. I remember when you never mind. I ain't even going to bring up that.
That was a younger DJ, man. Not knowing anything.
I remember when you got your first opportunity against the Kansas City Chiefs and Mahomes before everybody knew he was Mahomes. And that was an interesting game for us.
Interesting game. I was skating Tyreek. I ignored the game plan. I said, whoever's guarding Tyreek, I'm over the top.
You a smart man. Yeah. That was still a smart game plan. Tell me about how you felt like when you got drafted and when you got the call. Were you expecting it earlier? Were you expecting it later? Or were you not expecting it at all? I mean, usually people feel like they should be drafted higher than what they were.
For sure. I thought I was going to be a day 2 pick. I thought I was going to probably land somewhere in like the 3rd, maybe the 4th round, just with the season that I had. I was All-American at corner.
Yeah.
Also All-American at kick return and punt return. So I thought that I definitely was going to be a 3rd round draft pick. Went to the combine, didn't run as fast as people wanted me to run. People thought I was going to run a 4.3 based on the tape. Ended up running a 4.51. So I think that was like a big fall for me with what they were looking at. But yeah, I got drafted by the Niners. They called me. Seen a Santa Clara area code, which I never seen before. I thought it was Oakland. So I was like, oh, I'm about to go to Oakland. Okay. And then John Lynch called me and said, hey, DJ, we're going to take you, in the 5th round with the next pick, the Seattle pick before that. So, all the emotions, just with everything I've been through leading up to that point, just kind of just poured down on me, started crying and stuff, got emotional. My whole family was there. So that was a really cool experience.
Well, you got San Francisco, things, you learned some things, I'm sure, from the old man. And then you got cut, and I'm sure, that didn't feel good. But you went to Seattle where I feel like you got a chance to blossom and really develop into the guy you are. Talk about that experience.
Man, it's crazy, Sherm. Like, you was with me. That's when I met you in San Francisco, which was a crazy experience. Just, I watched you, bro. Like, even though we got different body types, it was you were somebody that I always looked up to as far as how you played the game, the ball skills, and just LOB, just what y'all was doing. So when I got drafted, I was actually sitting next to you, and I was just like, damn, this shit is crazy, bro. I'm sitting by Sherm. And you know what I'm saying? We end up, forming our friendship. You're just a hella cool dude, down to earth. I still took a lot of gems from you just with the game, bro. That's one thing I appreciate, from you. You always gave me information when I asked. You used to never have a notebook. You was just like, DJ, this is all the same, bro. We run the same defense. We're going to get hit with the same things. And now that I'm playing corner, it's true. Like, when you play quarters, when you play man, you get the same route concepts. It's a copycat league. But, even the toolbox stuff, for example, you taught me, when the receiver pushes off to grab their hand, make them catch with one hand. They calling that shit now. I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those, and it's you may be able to do a subtle when they push off, but if you just grab it and I'm forcing them to catch it with a dominant hand or non-dominant hand. I've gotten 2 PI calls this year from that, and I know the refs have a hard job, so I don't give them a hard time. I just come up to them and ask, what did I do, so I could correct it. And they're just you're grabbing his hand. I'm like, damn, I used to get away with that when I was in Seattle, but now that they're calling it, it's just something that I got to adapt to.
Yeah, I think because literally when you got called for it, I felt so terrible because I was like, he went to push off and you grabbed the hair. I said, that's my move.
That's awesome. Hey, that's what I learned. That's in the toolbox.
That's in the toolbox. But I don't understand it. And that's what the frustrating part of playing DB is, because everybody sees it like you're always guilty until proven innocent. It's like, whatever. I ain't gonna
It's, no, no,
make no
no. I mean, you being
comparisons.
real, it's interesting because like there needs to be a blueprint of what to do and what not to do because, like, for example, when we played the Bills 2 weeks ago, I got called, for the one grabbing the hand, and then I got called for literally like I trip, I'm running to my receiver. I know the ball is underthrown because the receiver
You
comes to
looked,
me. I look back and bat the ball down, and they still throw a flag. I asked the ref, "What did I do?" He said, "You didn't get your head back." I'm looking at the jumbotron, like, bro, I got my head back to break the ball up. So like,
bro.
I told him like, hey, like, I just don't respect that call. Like, just respectfully, I just don't respect that call. So it got to the point where I started playing just like, you know what, when I press, because that's what I'm asked to do is press. It got to the point where like the PBU I had on Coleman, this dude is literally just pushing me off, and I'm just letting him push me off. He created space from a push off, and I still broke the ball up, but I'm giving him an advantage because the thing is, Sherm, there's always going to be hand touching and fighting in the midst of the play. That's what is the confusing part. If a receiver pushes off, I'm going to pull because if he pushes off, he's creating separation. So most DBs are not going to just let a receiver create separation so they catch the ball. So that's the part where I'm having a little bit of issues.
But to the public, like that's the part the public doesn't understand. And that's where I get frustrated because they only see us grab. You know what I mean? Like, it's like did you not? The reason I have his hand in my hand is because he put it in my chest
Yeah.
to push me off. So you're pushing me away. I'm running full speed. If you don't put your hand out, I'm going to probably
I'm
run
going to
full
make the
speed and
play. Yeah.
either bat this
Well,
ball
lean and
or
locate,
intercept it.
make the play on the ball.
But they think that's okay. They're like, oh, that's all part of the game. If that's part of the game, then my grab is part of the game. Then it's if it's all
Exactly.
hand fighting, but you can't see one side as it's just receivers push off. That's what they're supposed to do, and then I can't defend myself. Like
Exactly. And even in London, like, you know me, I go up to the refs before the game every game just to, say what's up, ask them like, y'all gonna let us play today, or is this gonna be a game where, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta just, not be handsy at all. In London, I already knew we play internationally. I already knew I'm playing against Justin Jefferson. I already know these people from another country want to see the gritty. So I already know that they're going to try to, you feel me, give him calls, especially, highest paid receiver. So I came into the game just like, you can't be handsy. So like the one PI you called where you were talking about where I didn't even touch bro. I didn't even touch bro. Didn't touch bro. He pushed off on me. I let him push me off. And then last minute, I lean and locate to find the ball. And he called a penalty. And
bro,
I was just like flabbergasted, bro.
The roller coaster of an NFL season is moving right along, and it promises to be a month full of tricks, treats, and of course, touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Running it in from the one or on an 80-yard bomb, we don't care how they score touchdowns. We just want to bet on them. DraftKings heard us, and they are delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet just $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code RICHARD. That's code RICHARD for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
my favorite tees are from True Classic, whether I'm working out or watching a football game. Their shirts are snug in the arm and the chest with just the right amount of room in the midsection. For fall, they have long sleeve Henleys, waffle hoodies, jeans, button-ups, joggers, and more. And if you're into working out like I am, they have some activewear. You can mix and match clothing to work with your lifestyle. True Classic has premium products at an affordable price. Fall is here, and it's time to step up your game. Right now, you can unlock big savings when you bundle packs. Just go to my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Richard to save. That's trueclassic.com/Richard. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today. Bro, they were cheating y'all that game. Like I rarely watch a game where I'm like, I'm a bias, so I'm gonna be a BDB centric. But in that game, I'm sitting there like, bro, y'all cheating these boys. Y'all can't call all this. Y'all called like 3 on Sauce that game. They called like 3 on Sauce. They called like 2 on you, and it was nonsense calls. You undercut and made a heck of a play on that out route. You had him beat. You had your leverage.
Push me off, and that's
He
why
pushed you because you were to his leverage side. Like you
Yeah.
running it out, you had him cut off. And so he had to like swim you and push you to get to that spot. And it's like, okay, y'all not gonna call that. Y'all not gonna, I understand y'all not calling offensive PI. But don't call goddamn hold or no bullshit like that when clearly that's the only thing I can do. So I'm saying the things you can't say, DJ.
No, I appreciate it, Sherman. I know you know. I seen you tweet out, and I quoted it, but I deleted it because I didn't want to get fined. So
don't get fined.
Yeah,
don't get fined. That's what I'm in the media now. They can't find me. Refs, that was terrible footballing. The game is getting away from us. We're starting to it's too offensive. Like if you're letting them push, don't let them push. Call every push, and then they'll stop doing it. And then I guarantee you, a lot less DBs will be grabbing hands and stuff. If they're not pushing you when we close the gap, then there's nothing. They won't create the separation. There won't be any.
Yeah, exactly. Like to me, bro, football is an art. Like playing DB is an art. Like you have to have tools. We don't really know. Like we watch film, but you don't really know 100% what routes they're running. So you're really reacting. You're using everything. Like every movement, everything you do matters. So like for me, even playing receiver is an art. Like running routes, like it's a beautiful art. I feel like the game where it's going right now is like if a receiver isn't getting open, he could just kind of like the NBA just flop and just get calls. And it's just like I just feel like that's taken away from the game, in my opinion.
Bro, they're getting these long PI calls. I mean, we watched the game, the Pittsburgh game yesterday, and it was like, bro, y'all just gonna throw the ball up, and y'all gonna get these calls, and it's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I guess it could have been called. Like that's a 40-yard penalty. What you mean? I guess
it's an explosive. It's an explosive.
Like it's an explosive, and it's lazy explosive. Like you put it up. It didn't take a lot of skill for you to put it up. Now the receiver just got to flop, and it's up to the ref's judgment. Maybe he would have caught that. Like, no, he wouldn't have caught that. And to your point, the one in the Buffalo game, I argued that, and I argued that to death because the receiver not only didn't avoid you, he went into you.
Went into me to draw a flag, and I turned my head around. I knew what he was doing. I knew the ball was underthrown because he was running to me. So I made sure I got to him, turned around and bat the ball down, and he ran into me, and it's a flag.
But there's like, and that's what I'm saying. Like if I ask the normal person, the people who come up with these rules to go out there and I'm going to be the receiver and I'm just going to have the quarterback throw it anywhere and you're going to have your back to the ball. I want you to recognize where my eyes are looking, know that the ball is closing in and be able to turn around, get your eyes there around and bat it as I'm bumping into you and then get the flag on you. You're going to be like, bro, that's the hell no. We're not going to make that rule because it's impossible.
It's impossible down there. And yeah, we got to get paid more than if they calling it like that to get jobs.
And they're paying the receivers more.
Exactly.
But how's the family? How's the babies?
The family's doing good, bro. Just had Brody. He's about a month now. He's doing very good, like super chill. Only cries when he's hungry. Kinsley's doing well. Bree's doing well. Everybody's doing well.
Love that. I love that. Talk about that transition and that journey to fatherhood. Look, you look a lot less. You look a lot more stressed, as you should.
It's beautiful, bro, and it's also just I feel like for me, it just created a different type of maturity, and even like the way I go about my business with football, like I understand now, like this is really a business. I feel like when I first got into the league, it was just more so like, oh, I'm living my dream, like, oh, this is fun. But now, like, you think about it, like what you put on that tape, it's like that's your resume. So you got to really go out there and put your best foot forward every chance you get, and you're being judged for that tape, and that tape could lead you 2-3 years down to this team or whatever team as far as contracts and everything. So like just the business side of knowing like, I want to be able to set my family up, financially for the rest of my life and hopefully create generational wealth after that too.
Speaking of the business side, you know what I mean? And again, you still on this team, so you know what I mean, don't say nothing crazy.
No,
but
for sure.
They fired Saleh. And it didn't seem like anybody really was prepared for that or anybody saw the writing on the wall or like, outside or inside the building. How did that decision like affect you at all, and did it catch you by surprise?
Yeah, it was it was something I've never experienced. A lot of guys in the locker room, we were talking about it like we've never experienced this, especially a firing in season, especially early in the season. And for me, how it happened was we were going to our workout, the day after the game, we had our workout and, you know, people had their phones on them for whatever reason. They were just like, bro, like, they just fired Saleh. So everybody went and got their phones and it was weird because like, our trainers and stuff, they was on their phones too. We all hearing the news. So like it was just weird because like nobody was saying it, but everybody was on their phones looking at it, and we was just looking like damn, what's about to happen type. So like once we got done working out, everybody in the locker room was talking about it, and just we was really in disbelief. It was pretty shocking, bro. Like it was something that I've never experienced, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know many times where it's happened like this unless something crazy happened. Obviously, the Urban Meyer situation, he out there, the video comes out or some kind of something crazy has to happen for the coach to get fired like that. I mean, y'all were 2-3 about to go play Buffalo to compete for number one in the division. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't like y'all
for
were
sure.
0-5.
No, for sure. Like I said, I can't really speak on it because I don't
Right.
know
No.
I don't know I don't know what went into that. But I will say I know that Coach Saleh was a good coach. I reached out to him just because he was the reason why I came here to New York. So like I told him I got a lot of respect for him. Yeah, we chopped it up for a little bit on text, but that was pretty much it.
Right, right. That's all you can. Again, like it's a business and you got to deal with that. Even if there is some emotional attachment to it, you got to do your best because you still got, again, you got mouths to feed now. So it's a
Yeah.
whole different. We talked about this when you were younger, like grown man strength and dad strength and all that. They always like, oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. It's like now, I guarantee you, you know what it means.
No, for sure, bro. But yeah, that whole situation was, to say the least, interesting. Like Coach Ulbrich has taken over, and he's a great coach. I know it was a lot on his plate just finding out that news, especially him and Saleh were close. So like, obviously he wants to be a head coach, but I'm sure he didn't want to be a head coach that way. You know what I mean?
Right,
He wanted to go to
right.
another team and be a head coach. He didn't want to, coach to get fired and him take over as interim head coach.
How has Brick been? I know, yeah, again, nobody wants this to happen, but he seems to have taken it, in stride as best you can. And obviously, he's been dealing with you guys a lot as the coordinator. Has he been different in the building? Like, y'all seem the same amount, or is he still calling it the same, or is he delegating a little bit more? Because it's a lot on his plate now.
No, for sure. I would say one thing about Ubrik that I like is he holds everybody accountable. As far as just like, we go on team meetings, it's like Tell the Truth Monday. He put the film up. You know what I'm saying? The film is going to speak. So we talk offense, we talk defense, we talk special teams, we talk about what we did right, what we did wrong. Pretty much it holds everyone to the same standard. As far as like him calling the plays differently, he's calling the plays pretty similar. But, the first week, it was just a lot. Like, you could tell it was just a lot. Like he probably didn't sleep much. Just with, going from a DC to going to a head coach. Head coach, you got to deal with all type of stuff compared to just being a defensive coordinator. So you could kind of see that. And we had to just be patient with like the game plan and stuff because he had to, figure other stuff out. As far as like working with the offense now, and focusing on special teams as well. So he had a lot on his plate, like you said.
And now for this segment, Seeding the Teams, brought to you by Scott's Lawn Care. The AFC right now is a little jumbled. We know where the Chiefs are. The Chiefs are at the top, but after that, you couldn't call it. I think you got the Texans, the Steelers right now. I mean, they looked really good, scoring 37 points. The Buffalo Bills, looked a little shaky in the beginning of that Titans game, but then pulled away late. But do you put them over the Baltimore Ravens, who have just been literally running shop on everybody? I'd probably put them at 4 and put the Bills at 5. And then you got the Chargers at 6. Then sure, we'll go with the Indianapolis Colts at 7. I can live with that. But I bet you didn't know the fall is the perfect time to seed your lawn. Give your lawn a boost with Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard. Recover from summer, prep for winter. Scott's Winter Guard puts your lawn on the road to recovery from damage caused by the summer heat. Feed your lawn Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard to build strong, Deep grass roots for a better lawn next spring. Repairs for summer fun, strengthens for winter, prepares for spring. Secures your fall fun for you. Pick up a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. Feed your lawn. Feed it. Football season is here, and when I want to go to an NFL or college game, I only use Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They have a lowest price guarantee, so if you find tickets cheaper somewhere else, Game Time will give you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code Sherman, that's SHERMAN, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the redeem code Sherman, that's SHERMAN, for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. How's it been? You know, a lot of stuff has happened since they fired Saleh. Now it seems like they're really trying to all in win. They went and got Davante. They figured stuff out with Hassan Reddick. How has Davante been since he come in? I know you haven't had to deal with him because you've had the injury, but I'm sure you chopped it up with him.
Yeah, Davante's good peoples, bro. I don't know how to explain it. He's just a cool dude. Maybe because we both from Cali, but our first interaction, we kind of just clicked. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when me and you clicked, like, it was just something that's like, oh, he's just a solid dude. Pretty vocal as far as just with the team. Like, he spoke after the game, and he pretty much was like, you know I just got here, but, like, this isn't the standard. Like, just with the energy of last game, with how we played. At halftime, we were pretty low. We were up by 2 points. Like, we was sad about the pick, but it's like, bro, we up 2, and we about to get the ball back. But the energy was like we was down by like 35. So he was just talking about just like the energy just gotta be up. It's not like I feel like a lot of guys, especially guys that were drafted in New York, we've been losing. So I think it's like when like adversity hits, it's like, oh, not this again. You know what I mean? When it's football, like they get paid millions of dollars to do what they do. So, they're gonna make plays.
Right.
So I just think that once we get to the mindset of like, whatever happens, bro, just focus one play at a time, reset, dominate the person in front of you, just detach from the scoreboard, just focus on your craft. I think that's when things is gonna change.
I agree. You've been a part of winning culture. You've been a part of good cultures, good winning teams. So is he. So is Aaron. And I've never seen Aaron in the kind of slump he's in right now. But I know if anybody's going to get out of it, it's going to be him, and he's going to sling the rock to get himself out of it. How's your growing feeling? How you feeling now? You getting a little better?
Yeah, it's feeling solid. I had a workout today that went really well, so I should be good.
That's good. That's good. I know they're hurting without you, and it's hurting you not to be out there, and that's another part that's tough. But you also got to be careful getting out there and you're not 100% because, like you said, your tape is your resume. You get out there and nobody cared. Nobody gonna look through all the history and be like, oh yeah, he had a groin injury a couple of weeks. They're gonna say, hey, he got cooked up.
Hey, we playing man too, bro. Got to be somewhat healthy. Can't be out there just half stepping at all.
No, you can't. You can't. Well, I think your defense is playing well. Obviously, Sauce got a little banged up and been kind of in and out of the lineup during games. Seems like, but overall, yeah, I've been playing really solid football. They need you back. What do you think is going to have to change to get y'all back on the winning track? Y'all got New England this week in New England, a game that's a winnable game, but, it's the National Football League. There's no such thing as no guarantees.
For me, bro, we got all the talent. Like I just told I think I just told Davante, I'm like, bro, this is one of the most talented teams. Other than the 2019 team that I was on with you, that team was built differently, but I'm like, just overall, like, we got a talented team, one of the most talented teams I've been on besides 2019. I told them, like, I told Davante, like, offensively, like, y'all are way more talented than the 2019 offense that we had. I said defensively, though, I was like, that D-line in 2019, I ain't gonna cap. I was like, that D-line was historical. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that D-line was different. Like, we didn't have to worry about dagger sevens other than the Super Bowl. But all year, we didn't have to worry about a dagger seven. So I was telling them, like, we got all the talent we need, but it takes so much more than that to just win in the National Football League. Like, we got to all play as one. We got to play complementary football, which we haven't been doing.
Look, it ain't nothing, no time like the present. And, it's a game of runs in the National Football League. You know how that is. You can go run off 6, 7 straight, and then everybody looking at your whole season different. Nobody remember how it started. They just remember how it finishes. And so hopefully it finishes the way you guys want it to finish. You can get healthy. I know you're taking care of your body and doing everything you can. You and the old lady find anything, for her to do, or is she just sitting there trying to keep up with these little kids?
Yeah, right now she in motherhood right now. She got her hands full. It's funny because when I come home, I'm hearing 2 babies crying. I'm like, dang, like she been with the babies all day.
Okay.
So, like, I definitely respect like my wife and everything she's doing. But yeah, she just, in motherhood right now.
Do you come home and take some of that stress off, or you better come
Oh
take
yeah,
them
for
back?
sure. I come home, I get like an hour with the kids, with the wife, and then I do treatment, whether it's like the Normatex massage or something. But before I come home, just dad, just chilling, watch a movie with my wife, just relax.
Yeah, and try to get them in and like a little daycare or at least a couple hours a day as soon as you
Oh
can.
yeah,
Usually around
we
3.
we got a nanny, so like she gets some time to herself, so she's not just with the kids all day to keep her
Okay,
sane for sure.
hey, yeah, I was about to say that's a
Oh
good way
yeah,
to do it because be going crazy.
no, for sure,
Um,
for sure.
okay. Well, if you got anything for me, I'm always here for you.
I appreciate that, bro, and likewise. Take care.
Yeah. I know things ain't the way y'all want it right now during the season, but it'll turn around. You'll get back out there. Good ball is right in front of y'all. Y'all got 2 winnable games coming up. We'll have y'all in a couple weeks, so I'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll see you Halloween. We'll be out in New York. I'll see if I can wear a costume or something.
No, that's gonna be a great game for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game. And again, it give y'all another opportunity to show what y'all can do on a national setting. But keep your head up, keep the team positive, do everything you can to get back. It'll turn around.
Got you, bro. I appreciate that, dog.
And I appreciate you. All love. Go help your old lady and take care of yourself.
I'm about to, bro. I love, dog.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.